Hi, I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber. So, plumbing live Q&A with me. That's right, it is me, Roger Wakefield. If you want to learn plumbing by receiving the best information. Now, that's not always easy to do, but we try. If you believe your opinion matters and you want it to be heard, or you want to give it, you want to make sure people listen to it. And if you really have a love for getting into or better at the trades, and you want to have a freaking awesome time doing it, learning and contributing, I think you'll like the fact that your opinions here are welcome. The information is great. We bring facts and the data that you need. So if you're new here, welcome to the show. If you accidentally found this looking for something else and this is what popped up, glad to have you here. You may want to hang out because we've got some great plumbers, apprentices, company owners that get in here. And man, there's all kinds of great information that is shared back and forth. We've already got a lot of people in here. I want to say hello. How's everybody doing? The cool thing about it is, look, it does not matter if you're new at the trades, if you're experienced at the trades, if you've been in a long time, you own your own company. There's people in here that have things to learn. And there's people in here that have great information. And what we like to do is share that. Always get some great people in the chat. So it's nice to have them to answer a lot of questions. I bounce around a lot, jump around a lot, but I always try to bring good answers, good conversation and stuff like that. If you are looking for something else, you search this and found this, and jump back over into the YouTube channel, hit the search magnifying glass up top, put in exactly what you're looking for, and hopefully you'll find it. If you're in here and you've got some great information, questions, stuff like that, man, share it. People ask questions all the time. I love to see the different feedbacks that we get from everybody. I am trying to see. I don't even know. Man, I've got a new system in here and I'm trying to look for my overlays and I can't find the ones that have the links to like the subreddit, different things like that. I know Sean Strong is one of my mods. He is in here. And he kind of, man, make sure things are right over on the subreddit. And man, there it is right there. Look, Sean's off to a quick start. Hope everyone is a member of the subreddit. Great place to ask questions. It's not just that, it's a great place to put your pictures, put your videos, good and bad. If it's yours and it's bad, I don't know that I'd claim it. Just say, hey man, saw this on the job, thought I'd take a picture, see what people say about it. If you've got questions about something you've seen, something you found, something you installed, it's a great place to go put stuff like that in. And man, the cool thing is, for the most part, people are pretty nice over there. Every now and then you will have somebody that just kicks you in the tail, but you know what? It is what it is. I want to welcome everybody here. I'm going to kind of go up here and jump through. Lupus blood. Oh, I guess we're talking about a dishwasher drain over here. And hoses ran directly into 2-inch with no air gap. Don't see how it would prevent backflow. Okay. Sean is amazing. Absolutely. I bet you can find a picture of that online. David Gonzalez says, when will you... I say, why do I do stuff like that? This is easy. See if it'll... There. I made that easy. Benny John, what's up? How we doing? Placing a water heater and furnace valve right now, literally as we speak. Miguel, good to have you in here, brother. Got people here from Canada already. I will tell you this, guys. If you're in here, do me a favor and put in what you do. Meaning, are you an apprentice? Are you a journeyman? Are you a master plumber? Do you own your own company? What do you do? And where you're located. So maybe you're a HVAC apprentice. Put in here what you do, where you do it, and things like that. And love to see where everybody's coming in from. And Miguel says water from the tank went back through the gas line. Poach the water heater, gas valve. Thank you. No more damage. Glad you got it taken care of. Absolutely. Well, that jumped on me. Rico, how are you, sir? Yeah, way to get it. Got Russia in the house. Good to see you here. I love this because we get so many people from around the world. It really is neat. Josh says he's going to join the subreddit. Yeah. Guys, if you're in here and you have not joined the subreddit, you really need to. If my team's listening to me, we really need to create the links that I can put down here in the bottom. That way I can have those pop up. Yeah, I like that. Derek Owen says, I'm doing a great job. You know, Derek, I don't know that everybody would believe that. Matter of fact, Sean tells me all the time I'm not. Just saying. Yes, look forward to seeing everything y'all put in the subreddit. I really do appreciate it. Donovan Gallagher is an apprentice. Thank you very much. Let's see what we got here. See, these here I can't read the. If there's any way to move that over and make that part bigger. Oh, well, I made it too big there. I lost it. Oh, there we go. Now I can see better. And to learn how to use these tools, it is amazing. Don't know if y'all can tell we're using Restream, and this is actually pretty cool. Got some great things to it. I love it. So, hey, Roger, just want to tell you, just signed all the paperwork for his apprenticeship last week. So thank you for giving me the inspiration to make the jump into plumbing. Emmanuel, number one, brother, thank you. I appreciate you jumping in, watching, and giving us some feedback on it. Congratulations. High five and fist bump to you, man. That is so cool. And Busted Knuckles, Nicholas, make sure I got this right. Busted Knuckles, I like that. Garage, headed to a hydrojetter call. Love it. Stationary engineer apprentice in Indianapolis. Apprentice in Northern Virginia. Matthew Wax says, thinking about applying to your local union, what's the best way? Should I call? Any tips? Yeah, I've got full videos on how to, number one, find your union, how to get a job with them, how to pass the interview process, a lot of different things, because they're going to ask you a bunch of different information. So, man, I mean, I could go over it all right now, but I've got a video in there. If you will jump in, first of all, anybody who's in here, I mean, we got 55 people in here now. You know, if you haven't done it yet, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. We're putting out new information, new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And here's the deal, guys. We do that for y'all. All I ask is that when you find something you like, give us thumbs up. If you really like it, leave a comment. Tell us what you liked about it. And if you know anybody that could use that information, we always talk about getting into the trades and how it's so good for people. And I think that's something every one of us in the trades really need to be talking about, because, and it's getting harder and harder to find good help. So I think we got to start recruiting. And if you like what we do in here today, give us a thumbs up. Mr. Highway 03 says plumbing apprentice from Columbus, Ohio. Rico says he's a homeowner, tends to break stuff, but watches you. What makes a good plumber? Watches me to learn what makes a good plumber. You know, and a lot of people have different ideas on what it takes to be a good plumber. Is it somebody who's just very analytical, that can come in and see and resolve problems? Is it somebody that just works hard? I mean, there's a lot of different things to it. To be honest, I love plumbing because of the fact that I have a very analytical mind. So I can show up, start looking at the house and trying to figure out what the problems are. And I love it. And somebody put a comment in one of my videos the other day. Says, Roger, what I love most about being a plumber, it's like being a forensic detective. You've got to walk in and figure out what the problem is. And I think Sean Strong will agree with me on that. A little bit of iced tea today. Music Records says, good day, Roger. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for making videos. I'll tell you what, number one, I love what I do. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I really do. I get to make videos. I get to talk to people. I get to teach people about getting into the trades, about becoming a better plumber or a better tradesman in general. We created the GITT, getting into the trades. It's a training class, and I got to tell you, I think it's really good. It helps people figure out how to figure out what the right trade is for them, how to figure out how to get in and get a job, but also how to put yourself in that mindset where you can learn and grow and make more money. Because a lot of people get in the trades and they get that license. And we were talking about it with my guys just the other day. They get in, they get that license, and they're like, look, I'm done. I'm a plumber. And I love that. I think it's great. The problem is there's so much more to learn. If you learn leadership, you learn management, you learn construction management, you learn good communications skills, you can move up and make more money. So really it is pretty cool. Miguel says second year plumber in Saskatchewan, Canada. Good to have you in here. And look, I love this that we get plumbers in here from Canada too. Miguel, I've actually tried reaching out to Justin Trudeau's office. I've got friends up in Canada that have reached out to me and said, Roger, we're having a hard time getting people into the trades. Can you help us? So, man, I love what I get to do. Derek Owen is a master plumber from Tampa, Florida. Good to have you in here. Olin Plumbing. I like that. Seabass says, hey, Roger, new to the trades, was wondering if it's common for areas to not have journeyman plumbing license. Went on an interview and the owner said Long Island doesn't have a journeyman license. I would contact, and it's not real common. Most areas have a licensing authority, the AHJ, the authority having jurisdiction. And they do because, they want to control things in their city to make sure that the wrong people don't come out to people's houses. I would contact, Google, Long Island plumber's license and find out what they say and do some research. And the only reason I say this, look, and guys, I don't want y'all to take this wrong, but there's a lot of owners out there that don't tell you the truth. They will have apprentices work for them and tell them, oh, yeah, you don't need to be registered. You're working under me, yada, yada, yada. I've seen apprentices work for 3 or 4 years under a guy, never registered, never did anything. They start off at zero now. And the guy's pretty much a plumber. And I've seen this happen more than once. Take a little initiative and get out on your own and check what is required for me to become a plumber in the state. Because from what you're saying to me, Seabass, I could move up there tomorrow and start my own plumbing company. Doesn't take a license. You could actually go out and start doing plumbing right now if it doesn't take a license. So, see what it is. I know a lot of places are different. I know, New York, and I think it's New York City. The contractor has to have a license. The plumber doesn't. But I would already start checking, what do I have to do to get my contractor's license? You want to make sure you've got something that says, look, I'm a professional. I can do what I do. And that would be a big deal to me. Vinny John says, first year apprentice in local 525 out of Vegas. Number one, how are you doing? Good to have you in here. Sean says, journeyman plumber in Nebraska. We just started getting indoor plumbing last month. Pretty exciting stuff. Yeah. Sean has been plumbing outhouses for the last few years. Really, you just dig a hole in the ground, put a little wood shed over it. Sean, good to see you in here, brother. I hope everything is going well. One of my guys actually pulled an Upanor report for me today, just letting you know. So I've got homework to do. Colin Hacks is first year plumber's apprentice in Boston, Massachusetts. Colin, I'm gonna tell you what's neat. I'm assuming you're with Local 12. I think Local 12 is great. Mr. Murphy up there, I actually went and spoke in Boston, Massachusetts for the first ever Plumbers Council meeting. It was for the United Association. and I was the contractor that came and spoke. And I got to tell you, I had such a wonderful time. But Local 12 actually helped me get tickets to the Texas Rangers were playing at Fenway. So Julia and I got to come and go to that. Literally got to sit right behind home plate, about 12 rows up. It was fantastic. So very fond of Boston. Just outside of Boston, I believe, the Plumbers Museum is located. And those of y'all that did not know that it's located there, and get online, check it out. It's really a pretty cool place. Got a Pennsylvania. Uh, Django Matole says your videos always encourage me. I'm from SA. Don't know if you mean South America, South Africa, or San Antonio. Uh, so anyway, wherever you're from, glad to have you in here. Music Records, see you have an ATM Mini Pro. That's the great stuff. I'll tell you what, I've got an ATM Mini Pro. I don't even know where it is. I've got a Stream Deck here. Yeah, man, I got all kinds of cool stuff. I've got 3 amazing cameras. I've literally got this. This is a Sony A-S3. This is a Sony A-R3, and I believe this is just a Sony 7 III. And I hope I got that right. I'm pretty close. There may be a 7th on in there somewhere. But look, I love what we get to do. We're constantly upgrading, trying to do things better. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I do. I love my ATM Mini Extreme ISO. And it's, yeah, mine is the Mini. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. We've got a smaller one I've got in my other studio. Those of y'all that don't know it, let me see if I can find it just for the heck of it. And I know that people hate when I do this. But I am actually looking for my other YouTube channel. And the reason being is I want to be able to put a link in here to it just to show y'all where it is. Because the cool thing is we're actually in the process of, gotta find out where I gotta do that. See if I can do it here. I think I can. Yes. So we are actually in the process of scheduling our interviews, scheduling our podcasts. We're making a podcast. We're doing a magazine, both digital and in print, and we're setting up interviews. So if y'all know any really big social media plumbers, electricians, roofers, HVAC techs, anybody like that y'all would like me to interview, to talk to, it's really neat. I just got to do a deal with Tersh the other day, Church Blissett. And I got to tell you, man, neat guy. I love what he's doing. So if y'all know anybody that you'd like me to interview, that you think would be interesting to talk to learn from, stuff like that, please, number one, go over there and sign up, or go over there and join at the Trade Talks. I put the link to the YouTube channel in there. If you'll just jump over there, say, hey, I want to do this. That way, when we start putting out these videos, you'll see them, because it's going to be completely different from this. And man, we think that what we're doing, what we're wanting to do, I think we've got a really cool setup for it. And I'm trying to find out where I was. That's right there. It didn't jump. I like that. Jaime Rodriguez says, Texas RMP. Man, love to see that. Congratulations. Jaime, man, it's a great thing. I got to tell you, I loved when I got my license. But when I passed my master's exam, that was just such an amazing feeling. So those of y'all getting in the trade as a plumber, I want y'all to remember, education doesn't stop. Just continue learning. And the more you learn, the more you're going to grow. It's such a big deal. Robo Seal says, love your videos. Thank you very much. Donovan says, I'm enrolling in school this December for your journeyman license. Are some schools better than others? And number one, Donovan, I would ask you this. What school are you enrolling in? Is it the Apprentice Training Center? Is it, Construction Education Foundation, PHCC? What is it? Because in Texas, you can't just enroll in school and get your license. You've actually got to work, you've got to learn in the trade, you've got to do a lot of different things. So just kind of asking. Naarth says, like your videos, love to see the difference in plumbing in Norway and the US. Greetings from Norway. Naarth, I will tell you, if you do, Sean put a link in here a while ago. Sean Strong did, for the subreddit. If you'll go over to the subreddit, anytime you can take pictures or videos over there of what you do that's different from us, and I would love to make a video about it. If you'll post it over on our subreddit, that's a great way for me to go in, find videos, get them down, and it works out great. I love it. Mr. Daniel Parsons is a journeyman plumber from Florida. Daniel, what part of Florida are you in? I've got friends out there everywhere from Tampa to Orlando. Actually try to get down there and speak sometime, so just kind of curious. I like this. Can't pronounce your name. I wish I could. Says your husband bought a Rehow A1 instrument. He's happy as a child for Christmas. I tell you what, anytime a plumber gets new tools, we're happy. Especially if it's something we can play with and piddle with. I got to tell you, I love getting new tools. I love trying new tools, different brands, things like that. I think it's phenomenal. RoboSeal's a third-year apprentice plumber in Connecticut. Lenny Guzman says, how can I be a master plumber? Well, it depends where you're from. If you're in Texas, you've got to have at least 4 years as an apprentice to get your journeyman license. Then if you go through a DOL training program, meaning a union, a community college, something like that, at that point you can, and I say community college, not necessarily community college, Construction Education Foundation, somebody that's set up as a DOL training program for the union or for the plumbing curriculum, then you can actually get out and get your master's in a year once you got your journeyman license. If you're not in a DOL training program, I think it's another 4 years. So at least 8 years to be a master in Texas if you're not in a DOL training program. All right. Derek Owen says, great recruiter for PHCC. Look, I love PHCC. I think PHCC's got a good training program. I would recommend to people that really want to get into the trades and want the education, but don't want to join the union. Look at PHCC. I think it's fantastic. Says, can you show the Adatrap Pro? I don't show anything here during my live streams like that. I may take a look at it, Robert. I've looked at it before. I don't know. I'll have to look at it again. I didn't see a whole lot to make a video on, but I'll look at it again and see what I can come up with. Lenny, I think I answered that one a while ago. Lone Desert Fox says, thank you for the content. How do you approach the physical aspects of the job since it's such a demanding job? Does your company provide any assistance with staying physically fit for the job? And I'll tell you what, we really don't, other than the education and talking to people about it. And other than the fact that we've got Amber that tells people all the time they should work out and eat right. The cool thing about it is, look, I get up in the mornings and work out. This morning I was on the climber, the new climber. It's like climbing a ladder. Man, I was on that for 15 minutes. And today, instead of getting on the treadmill, I went up to the weight room and worked out upper body. And I got to tell you, you need to take care of yourself. And if you don't, you're going to regret it in the long haul, I promise. Antonio Mitchell says, currently safety management major in college right now, is wondering if a major like that translates into the trades. Do degrees even matter in the trades? Thank you. Yes, it does. Here's what I'll tell you. And this is really good, Antonio. If you're going for safety management, you could go to work for a big general contractor or even a large mechanical contractor. So most of the large mechanical contractors I work for had a safety person. And you've pretty much got to be a large mechanical contractor. A small company like me, we can't afford a safety person. But whenever you get up to a company that's making $30, $40 million a year and up, they normally have a dedicated safety person. but most of the general contractors do too. And it's a great thing to do. I want to say hello to Mr. Asa Womack. How are you? Triple Crown Plumbing, right here in my area. A great guy, Triple Crown and DNA Plumbing. So, Asa, good to see you in here, brother. I hope you're doing well. Sean, yeah, you're wrong. Yeah, I used to drink sweet tea. I don't know why. I got on the unsweet, gave up the sugar, and I feel so much better. Dre Medic says, Roger, did any codes change in Texas when you guys had all that snow and freeze? Number one, the all the freeze happened about the time the 87th legislature was finishing up. So there wasn't any time there for the codes to really change. I don't think anything's going to change. Um, it could be, but that's one of those once every 100-year kind of freezes. I don't know that it's ever been -2 degrees here in Dallas before. But man, it was cold and it did not feel good. Daniel says Trade School of Hard Knocks better than any college course. Man, I've been there. I graduated. Uh, Robert Davenport, yeah, you can look up Texas Green Plumbing right there. It's on the screen right there. Look up Texas Green Plumbing in Richardson, Texas. You can send me one. I'll look at it and see if I think I can do anything with it. Anybody interested in getting into the trades, or if you know somebody, and this is really the best part, if you know somebody that might be interested in getting into the trades, take a picture of this link, send it to them. It literally, and one of the big questions that we ask, and it's really funny because people ask me all the time, Roger, what trade do I get into to make the most money? And the truth is, you get into the one that you like the most. And that's what I try to teach people in the very beginning. All right. Lone Desert Fox says, my father's been in the plumbing trade for about 40 years, means we started about the same time, and hasn't wanted to get his master's license. How can I suggest to him to go for it? He is an overseer position and knows everything. And here's the deal. Some people just don't want to do it. Uh, I love having my master's license. It was a sense of accomplishment for me. I don't think I really did it to start my own company, which here in Texas, you need to have that in order to do that. So, man, it's not for everybody. Guys, some people don't want to learn, and I don't mean it's about your dad. So please don't take this wrong. Some people don't want to learn new things. Now, if your dad's that good of a plumber, he probably doesn't need to learn anything. He just needs to take the exam. But some people just don't want to do that. Some people don't like testing. Not sure about your dad, and not sure where you're located, what all's required of it. Uh, it's a pain sometimes. You got to take off work. You got to go to Austin, which I love. So there's different ways or different things about it. But man, the neat thing is there's always opportunity out there, and I just always think it's a good time. Yeah, yeah. Sean says, what does he say why he doesn't want it? Colin Hack says they also have a residential division trying to get into. Look, I love residential. I think residential plumbers are man, we're the heroes. We're the ones that go out and really help people when there's emergency, when there's a problem. And I think we do. I think we wear a cape to work every day. Nightbot says, if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like it and share it with somebody. Share it on all your social media platforms and say, hey, do you know anybody who needs a job in the trades? Because guys, man, we need to all start recruiting very, very heavily. I like this. It says extreme ISO, the new ones. Yes, indeed. And man, I love it. I think I can run 8 cameras off this. It's really pretty cool. Live TV productions, and this stuff excites me too. Music records, number one. I love what I do, and I'm not big into the tech end. There's probably more about this I don't know than I do know. I use it for an amazing switcher. Uh, but I tell you, I love it. It's simple. It was fairly easy to set up. Man, I'm having problem. I got 9 feet of monitors or 8 feet of monitors right here in front of me, and I can't even get these working. I need to get new cables, and apparently the cables I'm getting are too big. My guys complain about me. I want the big heavy duty cables, and for some reason I don't know if it's the weight of it or what. It's not lining up right in the computer or on the monitor. So I just continuously have problems that we apparently can't fix. And there's the link again to the YouTube channel. Guys, if you have not gone over there and subscribed, please do. And the only reason I say that is we're literally in the process of lining up people for podcasts and interviews, magazines. Those of y'all that didn't see my first magazine, when we put a digital magazine out here a few months back, I say a few months, it's probably been a year now. And anyway, loved it. So we're having a blast. John Garcia says, since you're not a union shop, how do you handle the day after Thanksgiving? It kind of depends. I think normally we pay people for it. Uh, I mean, if everything's going great and we're doing, everything's fantastic, we try to pay them for Thanksgiving and the day after. We really want to try to take care of our people, and it's such a big deal. But I will tell you all this: I don't even have the hat or anything. Actually, today's the first day that Texas Green Plumbing really isn't mine. Actually sold majority ownership to Rescue Air, a company here in Richardson, Texas. So now and I love it because now I get to learn more about HVAC because I am a certified HVAC technician. But so now it's Rescue Air and Plumbing, or Rescue Air and Texas Green Plumbing. Not sure how we're going to set all that up. That'll be up to Josh and Michael. But man, it has been fantastic. Looking forward to it. The plumbers love it because I think it's going to be a great, great deal. Asa, brother, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ariel Flores, good to have you in here. And Music Record says, watching other people doing their work is something special to me. You get to see the world from a perspective from their profession. I tell you what, in Music Records, I love that. Watching me work is a train wreck. I get it. I'm wanting to find out how to set the ATM Mini Extreme up to where it automatically shifts. You see me keep reaching down to change. Trust me, I don't mind, but I know there's a way to set it up where it's automatic, and I want to do that. Mr. Asa Womack, DNA Plumbing. Again, brother, love having you in here. I appreciate that. Robert Davenport, how are you? Good to see you in here. And Ariel Flores says, my name is Ariel, and I work in Montclair State University as a repairman. Ariel, and I don't know if you saw the video that I did about being a maintenance worker or a repairman, or just an on-site maintenance worker for like an apartment complex. Do you need to get a plumbing license up there? And my thought is, and this is why I did that video the other day, and I want y'all to think about this. I could work here as an apartment maintenance man for 10 years and learn enough that I could be a great plumber. But the bad thing is, if I did that and I become a good plumber, by the time I decide to look for something new, I can't even get a plumbing license because I haven't been registered. I haven't been working under a master plumber. So, man, just check into things and see what you think you can do. It's crazy. Okay, so Sean Strong, he suggested that he doesn't have the time to get into the books and it would take him away from the job stuff. I'll tell you what, in Lone Desert Fox, there's some good books out there. I like the IPC and the UPC study guide. And I've got a video on how I used it to study. I really doubt that your dad, if he's been plumbing 40 years, he's not going to have to study. But I understand the feeling. I'm the same way. I study my butt off because I really want to know I've got this good. So anyway, we've all got our reasons why we do or why we don't. But man, it's personal to each and every one of us. So Ariel says he's studying to be a plumber for the university, and you're in New Jersey. Okay, so if you're in New Jersey, see, I don't know what the licensing is like up there. I don't know what he'd have to do to get it, and it may not be worth it. It may be only people who start their own companies need it. I'm not sure, but it's kind of funny. And James Little, I love this. And if you go look, I've got a free mini course on my YouTube channel, or a link to it up top there. Actually, there's probably a link in the description here. But what I'll tell you is the cool thing is I didn't just pick plumbing and know that I would love it. You said that. How did you know that plumbing was what you wanted to do? I didn't. I just got into it. But I had talked to one of my best friends. I knew that his brothers had done it. They loved it. His dad had done it. He loved it. He was going to do it, and he did. A very successful plumbing company here a couple of towns over. And I love the opportunity that it's given me, because getting into the trades, and I want y'all to think about this, because this is how I talk to people whenever I'm recruiting them into the trades or telling them about it. It's literally like, look around you. Everything you see that was built or needs to be repaired is done by tradespeople. Guys, we have an amazing opportunity in front of us, because over the next few years, there's more people getting out of the trades than less getting in, and that means our value is going to go up. I truthfully think in the next 3 to 5 years, plumbers are making $100 an hour because of supply and demand. So it's different from all of us. It's a different skill, basically, in different places to become a master plumber, and it is. Different testing. I mean, everything about it's different. Sean says, if I were him, I would weigh the benefit of increased pay against having to take a little bit of time to study. Bet it wouldn't take long. Yeah. Now, Buster, I started to be a smart ass. I'm sorry. Yes, sir, I am. I am from Texas. I was born here in Dallas. I pretty much lived here my entire life. I did move down to Austin for about 3 years. Love it down there too. But man, I've been in Texas my entire life, except when I went to Mexico for vacation, and I freaking love it there. There we go. Sean says, just rescued someone from an error on their tankless water heater. Now I'm going to save some time from a plugged up sewer. Yeah. Yeah. Save someone. I get it. See, Sean is a superhero. Big Luke says, fuel impact or surge. Man, I got to tell you, yeah, I was going to say, I have not heard a surge. People ask me all the time, Roger, do you like Milwaukee, Rigid, or DeWalt? And I'm like, yeah. And here's the thing, guys, these tool manufacturers are making good tools these days. Find out which one you like best. I think Milwaukee and Rigid have made great plumbing tools all along. DeWalt, their power tools, and I don't complain about any of them, because I've had good luck with all of them. And you know what? I've had some of them break too. So it does happen. Yeah. Who makes surge? Hi says, have a wonderful day. Everyone, we will. Okay. Milwaukee surge. Okay. Very interesting. Guys, the Nightbot says, make sure you know the subreddit's now open. If you have not done it, go over there, join, say hello to Sean Strong, because he is the man. Very interesting. Old people love simple. Okay, look, I know I'm old, and I know I love simple. So, Derek, it is what it is, man. Hi, we will. Thank you very much. There's the link to our membership. Mike Clown says, sounds like you need a new GPU. Probably so. Yeah, anything worth 80 to 100 more, you're right. Better daggum well be worth it. All right, hi. We will, I promise. Number one, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. It says, worst on job Thanksgiving experience. Man, I've had a couple, but on Thanksgiving, it's always a stopped up grain. It's the one that is the worst. They need you right then. You've got to walk away from a Thanksgiving dinner and do so many things. So it's kind of tough. And Sean says, I was just about to move and go to work for you, brother, but I don't want to work for these HVAC guys. I'll tell you what, Sean, if you met them, you would. I've always said if I ever sold my company, I would be very picky and very careful about the people I sold to. These people are literally a mile down the road. Great. And I mean, man, they're good business people. So hopefully I'm learning things to help run the business better. I've retained part ownership. So it's a merger. We're just merging with them. They're keeping me around for my license to work with the plumbers, to teach them about plumbing, things like that. So there's a lot of good things about it. Nara says, I have plenty of pictures that I have for documentation purposes. Would love to see what you think of them. Narth, here's what I tell you. We've put the link in here a couple of times. Our subreddit, Roger Wakefield Posts. Man, go over there and start posting one a day and ask your question, or even post two a day. Don't drop them all in one day. That way you can take time and get good feedback for each one of them. But it's pretty cool. Okay, I don't know what you mean. Wider or lighter for indoor use. Hermino Hernando, how are you? Thanks for the videos. Great to see the trades folks doing great work. Hernando, thank you very much. Herminio, sorry. I definitely I appreciate you being in here. Man, if you've checked out my videos, please tell me what you think about them. Robert, that's about enough. I will check it out if you'll send me one, but don't just sit in here and keep filling it in. Lone Desert Fox, you're more than welcome. Do you recommend a sewer clean out for your 65-year-old one-story home? Look, I'm one of these people. I recommend a sewer clean out for every home. I think right outside the house where your sewer comes out, there should be a two-way clean out. And that way you can, and by two-way clean out, I mean 2 2-inch combinations turn where they make a U at the bottom. And I've got a matter of fact, the flex tape video we just did, I built one and taped it. And I love the email that they sent me to tell me, hey, heard you want to learn more about flex tape. No, I had fun. I think every home should have a two-way clean out. If it's stopped up out in the yard, you've got a clean out, an inlet that you go in, and it points your snake right towards that clog. If you've got a clog up under the house, or you need to run a camera up under the house, you've got one going that way. It really is. It's a great thing to have. Sean, I completely agree. Thank you very much. And man, I'm going to get on my soapbox because I got to tell you, Hill 4472, man, I love this. And it's funny because I get up and listen to leadership training in the morning, and we're actually wanting to make a video about this. Tony Robbins, it's an interview he did for Inc. 500 or Inc.com, actually. And, one of the big things that he was talking about is leadership. But he says, blue collar workers, technology is going to take over and make us less valuable. And I mean, think about this. I've got the Vega crimp, and I've got shark bites, and I've got all this stuff sitting here for videos. What happens when they make shark bites good enough that we start building buildings out of them? We start building new homes, new commercial projects out of them. This is going to help technology pass up the trade, because now they can put 20 apprentices on the job and just let them push stuff together, teach them how to use it right and clean it up right, design the system, oversize the system. They'll make it really easy. And he's talking about that. So my thing is, guys, learn any specialty you can in the trades. It will help you for a whole lot longer. You're right. They can't automate it right now. One day they're going to be able to get close, but we get less and less people getting into the trades every year. They're not automating it right now, but shark bite fittings. Charlotte has now the press PVC fittings. You're not going to have to train somebody to be very technical. Technology is advancing, and it's making it where they're not going to need as many skilled plumbers on the job. They can get more apprentices or things like that out there. The union's already doing it. When I got into the union, there was a 1-to-1 ratio. For every job you were on, you needed one apprentice for every journeyman. Now there is no ratio. You can have 20 apprentices and one journeyman. And that's what the union is doing to help keep the cost down. They're letting one journeyman run 20 apprentices where they didn't used to allow that. So be very careful what you do. It will come back and bite you later. Sean says, Herminio Hernando, outside cleanouts are the best thing to have for getting your sewer serviced. The plumber doesn't have to bring his equipment inside the house, and you don't have to worry about a mess. Amen, brother. Mr. Davenport, if I see this one more time, I'm just going to block you, brother. And I promise I will not review your product. Matter of fact, you won't like what I say about the product. So be careful. John Portillo. Hey, Roger, why did you sell your company? That's a good question. And here's what I'm going to say is, John, and number one, I love it. And I didn't just sell it, I merged. So I'm part of the new company. But here's my thing. We all want to grow a business in order to either retire, walk away, sell it, give it to our kids, do whatever we want to do. They wanted to get into plumbing. I've always wanted to get into HVAC. But since I've started growing on social media, I'm spending a lot of time doing social media. So I still wanted to be involved with a company so I could actually get out and do videos and things like that. But now, and part of my role here is keep doing what I'm doing, keep doing social media. So my whole plan is to stay involved with the company, make sure that the plumbers are doing things right. I help the new owners learn about plumbing and what they need to know to run that into the company, but also learn more about business from them, because I'm telling you, they're much better businessmen than I am. And I'm a good plumber, but I've got a lot that I can learn about business. So I really think it'll help me a lot. So that's why I did it. Job security. The Cowboys looked good yesterday, but they looked horrible last week. Okay, I like this. It says, hey, Roger, love your channel. Currently using your videos to introduce my 9 and 7-year-old nieces to plumbing and the trades. They think your mustache is cool. I tell you what, I love that. Number one, thank you very much. Man, I've received videos from people that, their 5-year-old son watches me every day. And literally they sent me video of the little kid laying down and there's a phone laying up by their ear. And they recorded it just in time to hear it say, hi, I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber, and start talking. It was really, really cool. Yeah, make sure, number one, if you're not following Sean over on Instagram, that is his name, Boom the Plumber. If you do put something in the subreddit that you want him to see for sure, make sure you tag him in it. I'm in there as the expert plumber, so you can tag me in it. But yeah, definitely do. Welcome back, Stop Motion. Good to have you in here. Ryan Dolan, I am 58 years old. Man, just old. Don't need to know anyone's name. I like that. Heck, sometimes I don't even know my name. Hope everybody's doing well. I love that. All right. Nicholas Sandoval says, do you need to go to trade school for an apprenticeship or just go to apprenticeship program? State provides it. Oh, there's my cold water. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, he wanted it out. Thank you, ma'am. I will. Thanks. My team's taking care of me. I love that. Sorry, cold water. I was ready for it. You need to go to trade school for apprenticeship or just go to apprenticeship training program. You need to check, because I don't know what the licensing requirements are in Connecticut. What I would do is reach out to the AHJ, the authority having jurisdiction, see what they say is required. Lots of different opportunities there. Hunt Plumbing in the house. How we doing? Good to see you. Uh, Stop Motion says, "Hey Roger, do you know a person from Montana, Deer Creek School? Anything is possible. I was up in Montana speaking at the beginning of the year. Met some people up there. It was really great. Actually, I was in Whitefish. Loved it up there, man. Just beautiful country. We stayed at the Whitefish Fishing Lodge or Resort. Amazing." Matt says, "Can you imagine a scenario where apartment hot water would work, but cold water wouldn't? Over the weekend, we had hot, but no cold. I would have thought you'd need the cold for the hot." I mean, you would. It depends on how they've got their loop ran. If they've got a dedicated hot water line, say it came into the building and split, went to the boilers, and then looped around to the building. If there's a loop in that, they could have shut the cold water loop, but not the hot water loop. So, yeah, I can imagine that. So does the red seal certificate hold or certification hold any weight in Texas? It does in a way. Here's the deal. If you came to Texas, say you wanted to come to work for me, if you came to work for me, I could take your red seal, we could send it to Austin, get you a temporary plumbing license. And depending on what kind of relationship Texas has with Canada, they may say that's good enough. They're not going to need to test, or hey, we can get them a temporary license now, but they're going to have to test within 6 months. Like if Sean moved here, he's got a license in Nebraska. I could bring Sean in as a plumber starting today. He would come in as a temporary plumber. That would give him 6 months to go take an exam down in Austin. So that way he could figure out how we do things here, get a study guide, go through it, figure out if there's anything he needs to learn or work on, and then it can be pretty good. There you go. Every faucet even showers. They sent over a plumber to fix it. It's so bizarre. Well, did he fix it? That's my question. Interesting. I would assume the food water line became plugged after it branched off to the feed. Yeah, the feed water line after it branched off to feed the water heater. But yes, that is bizarre. Completely agree. I know. You know what? I always get somebody in here that gives me a thumbs down. I think it's Sean Strong. Don't tell him. But I do. I think it's him. Sean, if you give me that thumbs down, just hit it again, make it go away. You know what I mean? Just saying. Plumber Stacker says, "What's up, everybody? Good to have you in here. Sweden has the best man plumbers. Uh, then come over here and go to work because we need help. We'll take it." So, well, Adam, thank you very much. Plumber Stacker says, "So we roughed in a shower valve for a tub conversion. Asked the contractor the measurements on finished wall after the backer board was up. Notice they furred the wall out, making, yeah, man, that'll mess you up." That's why when you ask questions like that, you do it in email. That way you can say, "Hey, look, we asked for this. This is the information you gave you. We got to open the wall. We got to do this." Yeah, could be a problem. How does one get hours through classwork? Can hours count towards overall hours? Depends on what state you're in and what requirements are. Texas is starting to allow hours in high school to count towards your plumber's license. So I think Texas is doing some really good things to try to help us get more plumbers in the trade. Plumber Stacker finishing up, so it's too far into the wall. Had to cut the board, move it out. Contractor wants to charge us for redoing the backer board. Who's at fault? If you've got it documented in email that that's what they told you, you're good. If it was just a verbal, man, you're not going to have much luck. Are there any courses non-union apprentice can take that would give them more hours? Probably. Yeah, you contact your employer. See if they have training set up through PHCC or anything like that. That there is training for open shop plumbers too. See, now somebody else give me a thumbs down, man. If you don't like it, just leave. You ain't got to stay. I don't mean it bad. Yeah, and Sean's right. It is their fault or faucet. Thanks, Sean. Says he's going to back charge me for it. Yeah, he'd have fun with that with me. What kind of 200-foot sewer camera and locator brand do you recommend? You know what? This is really funny because right. Thank you for Sean for taking your thumbs down away. I appreciate it. Uh, here's what I'll tell you. I currently use the Hawthorne cameras, and I think they're fine. Uh, I've had a demo of the new Milwaukee, and I gotta tell you, I think I really like it. Uh, Very high definition camera, great clarity on the monitors, looked good on the iPad and the phone, and you could send it to multiple places. But man, two things I liked about it. Number one, the clarity. Number two, the entire line is traceable. So once you get that ran into a break, you can literally mark the entire line from the front door all the way to it, from the cleanouts all the way back. And it really did make it such a wonderful thing. Then I would say don't. And here's the thing I want to tell y'all, and this is cool. I'm gonna get on my soapbox again. Plumber Stacker, here's the deal. When you work with contractors, you're hindered multiple ways. Number one, you're competing so hard for work that normally the profit margin is slim, 5 to 10%. If you're a residential service company and you're doing things right, you can get a profit margin up to 20, 25% by focusing and tightening all your numbers. And the good thing is you get paid that day. You're not 30 or 60, 90 days out. So I don't understand why anybody does new construction, commercial, or anything like that. You're right. Working for contractors isn't always fun. Tonio says, how can someone find realistic waging earnings about certain trades given their relative state? You're in Pennsylvania. As an example, would like to know how much certain trades are realistically earning. Antonio, I'd say reach out to the different unions. That'll kind of give you a ballpark as to what's higher, lower, anything like that. But here's what I'll tell you. Yeah, well, Sean, thank you. I appreciate that. Uh, Here's what I'll tell you is don't just get a job in the trade that pays the most. And one of the biggest questions that I'm always asked is, what trade can I make the most money in? And the truthful answer is the one you enjoy the most. And you may need to do a little research and say, okay, do I want to work with water and possibly get wet, get sewer water on me? Do I want to work with electricity and possibly get shock? Do I want to work in HVAC and being up in a hot attic all summer or maybe a freezing attic all winter? Pick what you think you'll like the most. Because if you pick what you like the most, you'll make the most money because you're going to want to learn more about it and you're going to want to get better at it. So, Antonio, man, I hope that helps you out. Sean, thank you very much. Work hard, play hard. Are there any courses that a non-union apprentice can take? Give them hours per Texas State Board. Not really. I think if you take CEF or if you're in the United Association, you get credit for those hours too. Just not a lot of good ones. Click the thumbs up. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Funny Story says Roger just had a question for installing water softeners. Do you make sure there's an air gap on the drain line? Absolutely. Yeah, and if you have it in text, look, say, hey, this is what they sent me right here, and maybe even show him, screenshot it, send it to him. So, hey, look, you told me this is where it is. This is where we put it. You want it changed? Here's how much it is. I hate to say it, but it's kind of what I'd be. Adam says we work a lot with heating element radiators here in Sweden. Do you guys do it also in the UAE? Uh, you know, we don't deal a lot with heating element and radiators here in the Texas area. We have gas furnaces, electric furnaces. We don't do a lot of radiant heat. What I will tell you is that a lot of companies up north do. Radiant heat's big up in Seattle and New York. Uh, so man, Miss Amber Mendoza is in the house. Happy Monday to everybody. Always an air gap. I completely get it. You're good. Button's very close. You're good. Plumber Slack says we had a couple down weeks ago. Took a small bathroom job. Normally never do them. And now you know what, man. When it's slow, I understand. We take something to keep our guys busy, and as long as you're taking it in that aspect, it's like, hey, look, we need work. This is a possibility. But I'll tell you something else you could do instead of doing that. Call your people. Call your current customers. Spend time on the phone, call them up, say, hey, just, man, we're a little slow right now. Just call around, check if you got anything we can do for you. And you'd be surprised. People will be like, you know what, man, I've been thinking about changing the toilet, or hey, I've been wanting to remodel my bathroom. Man, make those calls. Maybe they can help. It jumped on me. Can I hook tankless water heater to washing machine hoses? I wouldn't. Uh, I think you're going to put that hose too close right there to it. I think it could overheat and make it brittle. I'd use more of a stainless steel hose or hard pipe it. Is there an air gap device that you can buy? Absolutely. You can buy air gap devices. You can create your own. There's a lot of different things you can do. To make an air gap, literally, that's what it is. It's an air gap. And it really depends on what you're hooking it up to or what it's coming off of. I know. Amber, he said that he was going to come down and go to work for us till he found out we sold to an HVAC company. But I got to tell you, I told him, I know you would like, Sean, I promise you, you would like these guys. And it's funny because I thought about you earlier because the thought process came up about finding a service manager. And of course, I thought of you. You would like these guys. Very smart, very business oriented. And man, you would just like them. Or do you make one out of ABS? I don't make any out of ABS. I've seen different ways to do it. Hey, Roger, just curious about what labor commission percentage you think is typical for service tech. It depends on how you do it. You can we pay plumbers by the hour, but we also look at a bonus system to where you can reward them for getting out, hustling, presenting better options, things like that. So I've seen anything from, gosh, a minimum, guaranteed minimum, and a 25% commission, or just a commission, or an hourly plus a commission. There's a lot of different ways that it can be done. There's a no. And Sean, it would be nice to see you down here, brother. I know. You know I'm serious about that. Zeus Leaks says hi all. Matus Liska. Okay, making sure I got it right. Revolver Bandit, how much do you pay per hour for Journeyman? We really start our people first getting into the trades, $15 an hour. After you've been here about a year, you can get up to 20. Journeyman make it at least 30. Masters make at least 35. So I think we've got it set up pretty good, and we're working towards, we're in a profit sharing. A lot of different things to help them make more money. Are there any guys in here from Illinois? Stop Motion says, can I join or does it cost money? I'm not sure. The membership for the channel, I think it's $5 a month, something like that. It's a minimal deal. We're going to set it up where y'all are invited into a private Zoom meeting, weekly, monthly Q&A type deal. You send out apprentices and charge the customer like he's a plumber? No, we don't. I know some companies that do that, and it scares the heck out of me. I don't ever want to do anything that can jeopardize my license or give me a derogatory remark on my plumbing license. So no, I don't. Dawson Phosphorus has just installed 2.5-inch PRV on a riser in a high-rise building, waiting on the glue to dry. There you go. It is fun. Is a urinal easy to install in a finished basement? It can be, depending on how that drain is going to tie into the pump system to pump it up. Plumbing just got into service. Not sure what to charge. What flat rate book or app do you recommend? I'm a member of a couple of different groups that work with plumbers, roofers, electricians, HVAC techs around the country, and they help me put mine together. So, I think, and finding the right mentors, coaches, and things like that is freaking huge. Best toilet cleaning product you would recommend? I'm fixing to do a video on one. So John Doe, if you want to try it and send me an email or something. I saw a neat deal the other day where you take a dishwasher pod. You know those pods you put in? Put it in there and let it set for like 5 or 10 minutes and let it dissolve, and then scrub it with it. And I'm wanting to do something different. I'm literally wanting to like pull the flapper up, put one down in there, flush it to get the water in all the way around it. Oh, sorry. I guess that's a plumbing call. Uh, so the whole thing is, and sorry, this is kind of an emergency, so I'm going to share it. See, I'm always trying to take care of my customers. Make sure that this goes to the right spot. And let me screenshot that and send it just so they see it too. I got a customer that apparently has their gas shut off because of a leak. So I want to make sure that we can get in touch with them. So, the neat thing about it is, y'all heard the video where I talk about raising the flapper up, pouring vinegar in it to help clean out the rim. I'm wanting to do the same thing with that cartridge or with that cleansing pod for dishwasher and see what it does. Plumber Stacker says, good idea. Been told to do that before. Not sure which one you're talking about, but cool. So many plumbing. Let me know if you find one that works. I know one is geared for plumbing companies. Can't remember the name of the though. I'll tell you what. If y'all will reach out to me offline, I'll talk to y'all and tell y'all some stuff. It's just there's look. My thing is, I talk to millions of plumbers a month. I've offered some of these people sponsorship opportunities. They don't see the value in it, and how they don't see a value of being in front of 38 million viewers a year. I don't understand, but it's fine. But I'm not going to promote their product. I think it's good, but I think that there's a lot of different ways you can do it a different way too. Fire Bear says, is ABS pipe safe for drinking water? What type of plastic pipe glue is safe for drinking water? Here in Texas, we use CPVC for drinking water. I have seen PVC ran out in the country, but yeah, Sean, we should talk. Work hard, play hard says, I live in Houston, Texas. One day I want to own a service company. Question is, does it matter if you're starting in the union or non-union? Does union affect you leaving to start your own business? Well, this is a great question for me. I started out non-union, but I joined the union later and was actually in the union for, I think I've got 24 years vested. So I've got a pension, once I turned 62, which isn't very far away. But the cool thing about it is I got out and started my own company, non-union. I tried being union, but the union here in Dallas didn't do a lot for me. What I will tell you is Houston Union does have service and they teach service. So you might get dinner and talk to Rick Lord at Local 68. Tell him that, man, I talked to you and told you about it and stuff like that. It's not a bad deal. I'd talk to him and see what options they can give you. Maybe they can even help you start your own company one day. Dawson Foster says, I'm a 25-year-old plumber getting into more commercial work. Thanks for inspiring us young guys to get in the trades. Number one, man, look, thank y'all. I'm glad that some of y'all listen because, I mean, I know Sean doesn't listen, but I mean, some of y'all do. Here's what I'll tell you is guys that get into the trades right now, 5 years from now, y'all are going to be loving life because you're going to be making more money than plumbers have ever made. And if you do things like I talk about in my Getting in the Trades program, you're going to be learning how to move into leadership. You're going to be learning how to get the better job offers, how to manage people. So, man, like I said, Dawson, congratulations to you. Thanks for listening. I hope you love it, and I hope you stick around and you'll keep jumping back in, leave comments, and say, "Hey, man, still here. I love it. Here's what I think." I think that's fantastic. So, thank you. Tusliska says, Cleveland Indians, why do you want to replace toilet? Oh, Cleve Indians. Okay. That's nonsense. Just add a urinal. If you have the space, you can connect it easily to your sink stack and 3/4 water supply. So to the gentleman wanting to put the urinal in the basement. And that's true. I don't know why I'd replace it, because you may be down there and not need a urinal one day. Maybe you need a toilet. Good comment. Plumber Stacker says lived in Joliet, Illinois half his life. Stop Motion says, hey, Roger, how long did it take you to get this far on your YouTube channel? Because I don't think my YouTube channel is doing good. I might delete it. Number one, I would not delete it. Stop Motion, I would. Here's what I did. I'm just going to be honest with you. I started watching Nick Nimmin. And let me see, I can probably pull his channel up. Right, in fact, let's do it right over here. Boy. Yeah, this guy here, I want y'all to know, I've literally watched his channel, met him, became friends with him. I literally got in here and started watching this every week. He goes live on Saturdays at 8 in the morning Central Standard Time. So I literally started watching him and doing what he said. You can literally, but here's the deal. In Stop Motion, I really want to tell you this. It takes a while to learn what YouTube wants, but once you get it down, once you get better at it, you'll grow. And when you watch people like Nick and learn what they're doing, it makes the learning process. It's really funny because I was listening to Tony Robbins this morning, and he was talking about something, and he said, "Look, you can learn decades in hours." And if you can take decades of learning and cut it down to hours and get good at it, you're learning from other people's mistakes. You're learning from other people's mindsets. You're learning from other people, and it's going to help you do better. So just want you to know it can be crazy. But it can also be great. It's Soul 69 says, hopefully have an interview this week to start your apprenticeship. Good for you. Revolver Bennett, haven't done any service. I tell you what, guys, look, learn service. In the long run, it's going to give you your best opportunity to work for yourself. But learn the most important thing right up front. Fall in love with your customers. Take care of them every single day. Don't ever do them wrong, and you'll do great at this. Some local larger mom and pop companies here in Tampa were acquired by a company called the Wrench Group, and another I've heard of called Service Experts. What are the pros and cons of these companies? Look, the Wrench Group and Service Experts are both here in the Dallas area. They own some of the biggest companies around. Their plan is to buy up all these big companies, create this multi million dollar organization that they can turn around and sell for a fortune, and they'll do it. Sean's talking to Devin right there. Plumber Stacker says, Robert, I heard of that. They bought out a few of them, also in the Tampa area. And I wish I'd have known y'all's all in the Tampa area. I was there like 2 months ago for a business planning workshop, a BPW. It's great. Yep, they do make toilets with pumps in them. Mr. Craig Hawkins, and if you're Craig Hawkins from here in the Dallas area and you know me, how are you? Good to see you in here. Best way to find a gas leak or gas line leak, if it's outside, you need to trace the line first. Helium is probably your best bet, but you can also listen for it. So there's different ways to do it. The gas company has a probe that they can stick in the ground and smell gas coming out. That's another alternative. You can take a probing rod. Once you locate the line, know where it is, probe up and down above it, and then go along. You can buy a gas leak detector. Sorry, I know it's away from the mic. You can use a gas sniffer right above it, and whenever you start smelling it close to a hole, it'll get you really, really close. Wet 'em Up TV says, really wish I hadn't messed up my license when I was 18. I can't get a job anywhere as an apprentice. I'm not sure where you're located, but maybe talk to the AHJ, plead your case to them. Say, guys, look, that was however long ago it was. I've changed a lot, yada, yada, yada. Says, how do I grow a sick Fu Manchu like that? Just start growing it. Stop motion. He's always picking on you, man, and that's the truth. Craig Hostin says testing with 30 psi, and if you're testing with 30 psi, Craig, you might be able to use like a ultrasonic leak detector where that things that hear the ultra high pitch that the air moving maze makes. Yeah, boy, that says it all right here. Yeah, that says everything. I don't give anybody potatoes. Hard work, play hards, or work hard, play hard. Says appreciate the advice. Call down there tomorrow morning. Look at more information. 22. See the benefits of union. Long run. Don't know what I'd want to open a union shop. Yeah, I closed my union shop. I didn't close it. I got out of the union. Robert Davenport says you're a great credit to the trades. I'm assuming you're talking to Sean, not me, which is great. Sean is great for the trades. Plumber Stacker, absolutely. Yeah, don't put them in your house, boy. That's the truth. And guys, that's the link I was talking. The link I was talking about a while ago. If you have not checked out Nick Nimmin and you're trying to do a YouTube channel, go over there, check him out. Join the membership. It's not much. Jump in every Saturday. Plan on sitting there for 4 hours and learning. If you will implement the things that you learn over there, you will grow. You will do a good YouTube channel. Isaiah says, hello, Roger, question, how physically fit do you need to be a plumber? Well, I have the physique of a Greek god. Not really. Here's the thing is, you've got to be in decent shape. It can be strenuous work. I recommend to everybody getting in the trades, you take care of your body. Don't eat just fast food all the time. Don't get drunk every night. Look, I got up this morning at 4 o'clock to work out. I was on a climber. I didn't do the treadmill today, which I normally do. I got off the timer, went up to the weight room and worked out upper body. I'll feel it tomorrow, but you know what? It's part of it. But I think that by keeping myself in good shape, I mean, here I am, 58 years old, and I work in the trades and I'm fine. I can install a water heater. I can climb around an attic. I can climb around in a tunnel or a ditch. Don't get me wrong. Some days I'm sore because I'm using different muscles, but the more I take care of my body, the better I am. And it's funny because listening to Tony Robbins this morning, if you can change your body, you can change your mindset. And by starting with your body, putting your body where it's in a position to work hard and do good, I mean, you can put your mindset in a better place. So just letting you know. Yeah, construction will have it slow down. Service will always be needed. And service has times when it slows down too. You just got to watch it and get better at it. What's your view on a written error case? I'm not going to get into politics, but I believe in the license to carry. Testing new gas line testing with 30 psi. A new gas line, you don't even have to test that. I think here in Texas we have to test them at 15. Plumber Stacker says they make a leak sniffer. Absolutely. There's the link to the subreddit for Mr. Sean. Sean says, Matus Liska. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to delete your message. I meant to approve it, but I missed it and hit it. Sorry about that. Guys, number one, Sean, thank you for being in here. Sean is a great moderator. He does. He takes really good care of comments and people and things like that. So if he did something, I promise it was not on purpose. And Sean cares about y'all like I do. So thank you. Chris Foster says, how to Renai not supply hot water to faucet. Check valve was swapped and internal recirculating parameters set, but no hot water still. Tankless is new. Thoughts on what it could be? It could possibly be the aerator. It could be that one aerator's got a clog in it and it's not letting enough flow get through that one. So if that's the only place you got it, chances are it's something like that. Stop motion, you are welcome. Matusliska says, have you ever used a torch or ladder to find a gas leak? No, that would scare the piss out of me. There you go. Guys, I would say ease up on the questions. I can't tell where I'm at. I don't know if I'm getting close to the bottom or not, but I know that time wise, we're down to about 10 minutes to go or something. So if I just don't want y'all to put questions in, overflow them right here at the end and we not get to them. Yeah. Yeah. Renee's got a good tech support system. Nickname is great. Very good at explaining things too. Look, I love Nick. Y'all jump in there, tell him I say hello. I know Nick. We've met. We've actually spoken at conferences together. I sit in his session every time I go and learn from him. Uh, I don't know that between him and I'll tell you what. There's two other books. YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves is phenomenal, and YouTube Secrets by Sean Cannell. Both of those are just freaking amazing. And I've read both of them and gone through their programs. So very highly recommended. Jeff Cox says, can you talk about main sewage clogs and do you have a video on it? I hadn't done a video because it's really, there's not a lot to it. If there's a two-way clean out, go in it and go out towards the city and man, clean that puppy out. One thing I will tell you is we always run a camera behind it because we want to see, is there a break? Are there roots? Is there something that we can't see that's making it, going to make it stop up again or something? Gas pressure. I check the aerator, man. I hate to tell you. Anytime I run into a house that you only have it not getting hot water at certain places, it's either the aerator, the shower head, something like that, because normally it's restricted flow. Where is everyone going? I don't know. They may be going to work. They're probably tired of Sean in here. Chris, call him then. It's probably a setting that needs to be changed. It could be a lot of different things. You are welcome. I have it on comfort mode and long loop. Not sure what it could be. Thoughts on van life? I would never find pooping in a bucket fulfilling. Van life I would never want to do, but I know some great people that do a lot of it. Plumbing, what do you think about trenchless pipeliner? Do y'all do it? Sub it out if you don't want to tunnel your jackhammer in the floor. This is something I've never got into, but it's funny because I was talking about this just the other. It's something I want to. I want to learn more about it, and man, just figure it all out. Antonio says, how important is the social side of the trades? It's huge. I think if you're building a good social media presence, it's going to help make your phone ring. It's going to make your life a lot better because you're not going to be worrying about things. You're going to be building relationships with your people. Chris said, had a Renai that lost power, changed its setting from natural to propane on its own. Oh, wow. That could be tough. But if he's only getting it one spot, I don't think that's it. I like jumping in, getting too late. Yeah. Oh, you're here. Plumber Stacker says, I've been looking into it, worried won't be able to have enough guys to keep it going. Hammerhead is the system I've been looking at, but subs it out now. See, I don't even know anybody that's doing enough of it for me to sub it out to. I want to learn to do it. Sean's cleaning the sewer right now. Nobody knows why. Just had an orientation in your local plumbing union. What math equation should I study for an aptitude test tomorrow? All right, if you'll go online and look, there's plumbing math quizzes. If you can find the UPC study guide, they've got a great plumbing math section. So it's pretty cool. Hammy says, what got me into plumbing? Guys, we're going to shut down here in about 4 or 5 minutes, just so you know. So if you hadn't put questions in, I wouldn't. What got me into plumbing? I had a great friend. I still do. He's still a really good friend. I was managing a restaurant. I was 16 years old. I was working with him late one night, and he looked at me and said, so you going to do this forever? I'm like, dude, I'm 16. I'm managing a restaurant. Life is great. I think I was making about $4.50 an hour. And he said, so what happens if you get fired? Who's going to hire you? I just thought, wow, I never thought about that. Who would hire a 16-year-old restaurant manager? Probably nobody. But later that night, he told me about his father and his 3 brothers that were all plumbers. It was a few weeks later that I either quit or got fired, and I probably got fired. And I ended up calling one of his brothers and saying, "Hey, can you help me get a job?" And he did. And I loved it. Now, I ended up quitting school the middle of my junior year. So I got right into plumbing then and all that summer. But what I figured was, man, I love this. I went back to school and graduated with my class because I was so far ahead when I quit that I could do that. But the cool thing about it is right after I graduated high school, I got back into it. I really did. I loved it. So that's what got me into it. And that's why I try to recruit so many people in the trades. I think the trades are amazing. And it is such a great way to make a living. Will sump pump overheat with hot water? It could depend on how hot. I see you've got 102 here. I'd check the specs on it and see what it says. 5 feet or less power. Yeah, I really want to check into it and see. I've looked into new flow before, but it was going to be a whole lot for me to get in and do it. But I'm wanting to learn it. It says, "Oh, I missed the part. It was only at one fixture." Okay. I hate it when they're all plugged up. Watch Mike the Renegade down here in St. Augustine on your YouTube. Good information. New one. How old are I'm old. I'm 58 years old, guys. Actually, just turned 58 a month ago. Yep. I'm not trying to be mean, but can you not call me buddy? Well, since he doesn't have a name for you, he's just trying to call you something. Stay safe. Thank you very much. I will. Guys, we are almost at an hour and a half, so I'm going to go ahead and plan on shutting things down here from here. I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all for being in here. I really do appreciate it. It's been another wonderful evening. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you got something out of it. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe and ring the bell. Let me know that you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, share it with somebody that you think it can help. Excuse me, I was trying to get through that real quick. Share it with somebody that you think it can help. Again, like I said, I do hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope to see y'all all back here next week. So if I do, perfect. If not, y'all have a great weekend. And I'll see y'all next time that I do. I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.